Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope you enjoy my video. Today I am going to create the front page of this flip-flop journal that I'm working on. So I'm going to create an embellishment for that, and to do that I'm going to use a sheet of this pattern paper and a sheet of white. So what I'm going to do is make a see-through pocket. I'm going to use this piece here. So first of all I'm going to cut a piece that's going to be 4 inches by 6 inches. That's that piece, and that is going to go on there like so. Now I'm going to cut another piece that is 5 inches. This is just plain white paper. It's about 110 GSM, so it's a little bit thicker than your copy paper. So I'm cutting that 5 inches by 6.5 inches. Now I need my scoreboard. And I'm going to score at 1/2 inch on each side and 1/2 inch on the bottom. Now I'm going to cut the corners out of that. And just cut down slightly on the top level. Okay, so now I'm going to burnish those folds in. So I'm making this a gusseted pocket. Now I haven't done this before, and so I haven't done a prototype or anything like that, so we're doing this together. Okay, now what I need to do is cut the centre out of this. So I need a rectangle die. So I've got this one, Infinity by Hero Arts. So let's see if we can find something. About that. That looks like it would do the job, although maybe one size smaller. Yeah, I think one size smaller will be good. So I'm going to take this to my, actually before I do that I've got some acetate here somewhere. Can't see it because it's clear. And I'm going to trim that down to the same size, 4 inches by 6 inches. So that's going to go behind that. Alright, so I need to, as I said, I need to go and cut this out of here and here. Now I'm going to try and cut them both at the same time. So I've got some mint tape here. I'm going to just pop that over there, try and hold those in place so that they are perfectly aligned. And then I'm going to run it through with both layers with this attached on it. Okay, so you can see I've used the mint tape to attach the die, and I've cut through both layers. Make sure we get this off without tearing anything. So we're not going to actually be using these pieces that cut out here. We're just using the frame. Okay, so there's my two offcuts. Now I'm going to pop the acetate onto the white layer. I'm just going to run some glue around here. I'm not getting too close to the inside edge of that frame because I don't want the glue to squish out onto the acetate. I will go around the outside edge. Like so. And try and get my acetate central to start with. Save me moving it around. Okay. Now I'm going to hold that in place and squish my glue out to the side. I'm trying not to get any glue on my acetate. I don't know why I always end up with glue on the acetate. I think I must just use too much glue. But I do want to make sure it's stuck properly. Okay. Right, now I'm going to stick this piece on top of that. Try and line it up perfectly, like so. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, before I do that though, I'm going to ink around this. Okay, so let's ink around that. What I'm going to do now is take this to my sewing machine and stitch around the outside of that and the outside of the window. Once I've got that done, I'll be back. Okay, so I've stitched around that and it's all ready to stick on the front of my book. But I'm going to make a journal card to fit inside of that. So I need one that is, let's have a look, a ruler, 3 3/4 by 6. So I'm going to cut that there. Bring it over to there, I think. Now cut this way, 3 3/4, so I can take a little bit off of this side. Oh, anyway, I thought to check if it was at least 6 or... I'm going to have to make it a bit less because I'm going to cut that off unless I put something on the bottom here. Right, cut that off, that'll be fine. So cut this off. Okay, so that is going to fit into my pocket perfectly, like so. Okay, so let's attach this to our journal. So I'm going to attach it down here. I've got a little bit of white showing there, and I can't trim that off because it will take my fold off. Can I disguise it with some ink? Okay, right, so let's get some glue. So the idea of doing the window pocket is because when there's nothing in the pocket, you'll see that pretty paper behind it. That's what gave me the idea. I didn't want to lose that pattern paper. So I'm going to attach this about there. So I've got about the same on each side and about the same down the bottom. Let's see if I can get it straight. And I put the hinge on the pocket because I wanted a bit of room to move. Because this journal's so chunky, it makes it a bit hard to stick on the curved surfaces. But now I'm going to attach a piece of the cardstock to the back of this. It's got a lovely pattern on the back, but it's too flimsy for my liking, so I'm going to cut this piece of card that has been coffee dyed. Might put the lacy pattern on the outside. Here's my pencil. Then I should be able to just cut it with measurements, but I will just go with the markings. So I think it was 3 3/4 by 6, wasn't it? So this is a little bit less than 3 3/4. And it was just under 6. Okay. Okay, so once again I'm going to attach that to that. Burnish. Alright, so now let's round the corners. This coffee dyed cardstock is 300 GSM, so it's a nice sturdy weight and will be very nice to write on, and it will also be nice and easy to slide in and out of our pocket. So when we've got nothing in it, we've got that pretty picture there. When we've got something in it, we've got that nice floral print. Okay, so I'm not going to decorate this all that much. I could put a label or some stamping or something in there, which I probably will do, and I'll put a ruffle on here, and I was thinking that I might put some of this on there for my tab. Like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch it up into a ruffle, and then I'll be able to attach that to that. I'm also going to ink around the edges of this, and I'm also going to sew around the edge, all around the whole thing. So yeah, so I'll do all of that. I'll do all the stitching, and I'll stitch that ruffle up, and then when I stitch around the edge of this, I'll also attach the ruffle to the top of the journaling card. Okay, so I've stitched that on there. Looks cute, I think. Now I've got this stamp set that connect the alphabets, and I've created the word shipment, and I'm going to stamp that there, and I'm going to use the vintage photo. I've got a scrap paper here. Just check that and make sure it stamps okay. Could stamp a little better, but it doesn't have to be perfect. That's not what it's about. So I'm going to put that towards the top of the tag, or the top of the space. Then I'm going to put a number underneath it. Because this set comes with letters and numbers. So here we go. 2617 will be 26173. Yep. There we go. Okay, I always clean my stamps, so I best do that. I've got a alcohol wipe here, so it doesn't take much to clean them. Okay, so that is going to go into my pocket. There. It can come outside of the pocket like so. So that's our little thing there. Now I'm going to decorate the front of this pocket just a little bit, not overwhelmingly. Just a little something there on the corner, I think. I need to find something to decorate it with. I've got my fussy cuts here. Should I put the bird on there? It's quite cute, isn't he? Or a butterfly. Oh, I've got this little flower that I created. So why don't I pop that on there? I think I will. Ideal. And let's see, we've got a leaf that we can put with it. There might not be the correct leaves for that flower, but I'm quite happy with that. I want another leaf up the top. That is the question. It's a bit hard to find exactly what you want in amongst all of this. Actually, I think I'm happy with it like it is. And I could add a little more of that down here. Put that in there like so. I think I'll go with that. What do you think? Let's ink up our bits. Because I'm sticking this onto acetate, I'm being fairly liberal with my glue. There we go. So this flower was created using this stamp and die. So you stamp all of the little flowers, and yeah, they're just stamped. You can heat emboss them if you want to, and then there's a die in here that you can use to cut them out with, and then you just assemble them onto this floral base. Just shape those little flowers and attach them. So that's how I made that. But I made that for a different project and I never used it, so that's part of the good thing about having spares. I'm just going to try and push that down in there a little bit. I want that to attach in there better. That's better. Okay, so that's our front cover for this flip-flop journal. Quite pretty, I think. Now, I've left these strings long because I'm going to add some beads to these. Now, I've got a heap of paper beads that I made, and I'll link in the description box the video that shows how I make them. And I'm going to add these to these dangles, these strings, but I'm wondering whether I want to add different bead in between, or whether I want to go for all paper. I haven't got any plan here, I'm just adding beads as they spring out of that bowl. Probably don't want them any longer than the actual book. Okay, so that's it with just the paper beads. I'm going to go and get some other beads and see what I think about adding other beads in with it. I'm thinking maybe I might like to add some gold beads, but we'll see what I've got. So I've got these gold beads that are a similar shape. So let's do one with gold beads on it and see which one we like the best. So we'll do one of those, a gold bead. Is it going to fit through? I did see somebody uses a piece of sellotape on the end of their like that. It sort of acts like a needle. Looks like the hole's not big enough for this cord. Okay, I've got these gold ones and they will fit on there. Do one of those and then perhaps a couple more of these. And then another one of those. So that's those two options, and I also found these that I created, and these are using, I gave them a coat of Kinderglitz or Stickles or something like that with the gold sparkle in them. So we could also try using those as a feature. So I'll try, each one, see what we think is the best. One's a little bit shorter. Okay, so which one do we like the best there? I'm not so keen on this one. Do I want to add the gold or not the gold? That's the question. To add the gold or not to add the gold? Perhaps I add the gold to one on each thing because I've got 3 lots of 2, so I might do them like that. Sounds like a bit of a plan. So I have to be able to tie a suitable knot in here, so that might be not enough string. Let's put a short blue one on there, and then this one. What do we think of that? And then tie, because we need to tie a double knot so that that doesn't slip off the end. Because one knot is nowhere near big enough. Actually 2 might not be big enough. Perhaps I should put that. I can't put a smaller bead on the end because I can't get it to go through that. Can't get this thick cord to go through. A small bead. I need to take that off of there now so that I can get that to bend. Can still come off of that, so I need to try and get another loop around. It could be. Got sticky fingers. I might need to make it even smaller. Take that off. Take that off. Put that one back on. And that means I'm going to have to move that knot up. I'm going to undo this knot and redo it, and then I will come back to you. Okay, so I have tied those 2 off, and I'm just going to go ahead and do exactly the same thing with these 2 and these two. And then when I've got them all sorted out, I'll come back and show you the finished thing. Now I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to do one with all paper beads and one with a couple of gold beads, just for some variation. Okay, so I have gone ahead and I've put all my beads on and I've tied them off, and then I've frayed the ends of the strings. I've just left a little bit on there, about 1/2 inch on each one, and the same on this side. So there we go. So today we've added our beads and we've added our front pocket. We've made a journaling card to go in that with a nice glittery ruffle, and we've made a window pocket for it to sit in and embellish that. So there we go, that's our video for today. I'm getting through it. I've still got a few pages to go. This is the one I did before this one. So I've got that one, that one, that one, that's it. How many is that? On this side I've got 1, 2, 3. 3 to go. So I hope you can join me for my next video when I'm going to do one of these other pages here. So there we go, that's my video for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're not already a subscriber, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. If you are a subscriber, thank you very much, and please, if you loved the video, please give me a thumbs up and maybe leave me a comment, and I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay, bye.